Hello, welcome to Michelle Sews Again. I'm Michelle. Today I'm doing a Friday sews. I haven't done one in a while, but if you want to hear about what I've been making, what I have coming up, and a little bit about life, then please stay tuned. Let's just jump into it. So what have I made? I haven't been sewing a lot lately. I shared already my review of the Donnie pattern from Friday Pattern Company, and then I took you guys through like all the different recommendations that you gave me and how I used that to make some adjustments. And if you're interested in that, I will link both of those videos here up in the cards and down in the description box. I'm clearly wearing one of them right now. I love this ice dyed one. But I've already shared all that with you guys. So the only thing else that I've made since then is I made the Closet Core Charlie caftan. And I will be doing a review on that pretty soon, but I love how it came out. I made it out of this ice dyed shower curtain that I had made for our apartment in Fort Myers. And I don't need a shower curtain here because we have walk-in showers with doors. So yeah, I'll be sharing that with you soon, but here's a quick pic of it. And I think it came out super cute. That's really all I've sewn. What do I have coming up next? Well, I've decided that I'm into dresses again. Thank you to Christine from Christine Sews a Lot. I wore one just because she's been talking about how she loves them in the summer. Jen too, from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, she only wears dresses. So I was inspired I have quite a few dresses that I really enjoyed making, and I enjoyed wearing them when I first made them, but for some reason I've kind of gotten stuck in a rut of wearing leggings and long tops. So I wore one of my dresses a couple of weeks ago and I really enjoyed it. So I've been wearing my dresses a little bit more, and so now I really do love making dresses, but I kind of stopped for a little while because I wasn't wearing them. But now that I'm into them again, I'm ready to start making some more. So I have the Seam Work Reggie, which is a wrap dress. It's a more casual version because it's kind of short. It's loose fitting. It doesn't wrap and then like really fit you under the bust. So I think that's a good place for me to start. It requires 3 3/4 yards of 60-inch fabric for the size that I need to make. So I never buy more than 3 yards of a fabric when I'm just buying fabric because I like it. And so I do have 2 fabrics that are the exact same substrate. They're just 2 different prints, but they're in the same colorway. So I've decided, and they're not precious to me, they are fabrics that I was gifted from Morex Fabrics. And I'll talk a little bit about that when I do the review of the dress. But I've decided to do 2 prints of the same color in that wrap dress. So that allowed me to get started now and not have to go shopping for more fabric. And because I think it's actually perfect because I like them. I like the print well enough that if it comes out, I will wear it, but it's not so precious to me that if it doesn't come out, it's gonna devastate me. So I will make a full wearable muslin out of this fabric and not just a fit muslin, which is what I usually do if I'm concerned about fit. So, sorry, the fabric's in the wash right now, otherwise I would show it to you. But I'll do a review on the pattern once I'm finished. The big news on this pattern though, is that because I am really trying to work more on my fit, I'm starting to delve into FBA's, full bust adjustment, if you're not aware, I decided to trace the Reggie pattern. So I traced out my size based on my body measurements and the size chart. I really just need to make a straight size 20. But that's usually where I fall into trouble. I cut out the size, and then if I need adjustments, the size is cut out, and most of the time, sizes overlap. The cut lines overlap each other between sizes, right? So you're screwed if you need a different size. So I went ahead and I traced all the pieces out. I used Swedish tracing paper. That's just my preference. I know everybody has their own preference. And I traced out all the pieces in the size 20, and we'll go from there and see how that works. The dress does have does have bust darts. So I don't know, we'll see. The other thing that I want to work on this week is my collage quilt. I have not touched that thing since the Sewing Expo in March. And here, let me show it to you. So it's still just in temporary form. Everything is kind of placed, but it's not ironed on. And I'll link to the pattern in the description box. I can't recall what it's called right now. And I'll link to the video where I talked about this in case you're more interested in it. But I really feel like I'm ready to get this thing finished, and I'm excited about it, and I'm just ready to play with, like, it's almost like you're a kid when you're doing this, because you're playing with cutting out, fussy cutting pieces out of fabric and then ironing it and piecing it together, and I'm excited about making some headway on that. The other thing that I need to start thinking about is my niece, my only niece. I have 7 nephews and nieces. Well, I have 6 nephews and 1 niece. And the 1 niece is getting married in September. I'm really excited about it. Out of all the nieces and nephews, she's the first one to get married. And so I need to make a dress. I have several options, and not that I'm going to let you guys vote, but I am curious what your thoughts are. I'm ultimately going to make whatever I think I'll feel comfortable in, but here are my options, and I'd love to hear your feedback. So the first one is the Sew House 7 Wildwood wrap dress. I've already made this. Now, I made it when I was 40 pounds heavier, so I will need to take it in, but I love this dress. I never wore it when I was 40 pounds heavier. I didn't feel like it was very flattering on me at that point in time. I feel like now I might like it better. I haven't tested that theory out, so it might be a no-go. I don't know, but this is what the dress looks like. And it's one of my most favorite ice-dyed fabrics that I've done so far. And so I just really, really would love to wear that one if I can get it to fit me right now. So that's option 1. Option 2 is this McCall's. It's a vintage 70s pattern. It's 8358, and it is a cute little dress. It's got a wrap. There's 2 views, but the views are not about the neckline. The views are about the whether you have a ruffle or you don't have a ruffle, because even though these necklines look different, it's just the reverse. You can wear it frontwards or backwards. And that's evident by the line drawing. So you can see they're showing you with the wrap or the square neck, but with the ruffle. B, they're showing you with the wrap or the square neck, but without the ruffle. So I am not sure if this style will look good on me, again, because it's an empire waist, and I'm not sure if I will be okay with that, but it's one that I think I want to give a try. So that's an option. The Fiber Mood Charlotte is another wrap dress. I'll put a picture of it here. I think it's a beautiful dress. It's a wrap dress. It's got a ruffle down the edge of the wrap down the skirt, and I just think it's really pretty. So I think whether or not I'm going to do a wrap dress is going to come down to how I feel about this Reggie when I finish it. My next option, I think because the wrap dresses just look dressier than most of my other dress patterns, that's why I've kind of gravitated toward them for the wedding. But my next option is another wrap dress. It's the Closet Core Elodie. I think that dress is beautiful. I also have a little bit of a soft spot for it in my heart because, as I've mentioned on my channel before, I've done our family history. Well, my dad has done his side. I'm working on my mom's side, but one of my ancestors' names was Elodie, and I just think it's a beautiful name. So that kind of sat with me. And then the final pattern that I'm considering is the Pattern Fantastique Mercis. I have made this once before. I made it in a top. I didn't make the full dress. It has an underarm gusset, which I found to be a little fiddly, but I wasn't all that patient. I think the dress is beautiful, and if I wore it, I would probably belt it. It is a shift style dress, but it's got these gorgeous voluminous sleeves and a V-neck. I believe the V-neck is in the front and the back. And I think it's a beautiful dress, and I think I would like to try that again. And I think if I made it in a special fabric, it could be beautiful for a wedding. So out of those, which would you pick for me? Knowing what I like, what I'm comfortable in, or just looking at me, which one do you think would suit me the best? So that's what's on my upcoming plate. As far as life goes, I don't have a lot going on. I mean, I sit at home most of the time. I work all day. I come in my sewing room at night, or when my husband gets off work, we watch TV together. Not a lot going on. But we have finished unpacking every box. I mean, that I feel like I think we've been here 7, maybe 8 weeks now. I feel like that's a pretty big accomplishment. I've lived places where I've had boxes that weren't opened for years. So every box is unpacked. All the new furniture is delivered that we're gonna get. The only thing that's outstanding is we did order blinds, custom blinds, or shutters really, for all the windows in the house, and those are being installed mid-August. So that's still outstanding. And other than that, the only thing I have left to do in the house to finish, like getting set up, is to hang all the artwork. But I wanted to wait and do that at the very end once everything was in its place and I knew how I wanted everything set up. So we kind of started on the artwork last weekend, but we only got a few pieces hung. So I think we're going to finish that up this weekend. My husband's sister, one of his sisters, is coming to visit us in mid-August. So I'd like to have everything really buttoned up by then. So that's kind of all I have going on in life. What's going on in your lives? What are you working on? What are you sewing? What crafts are you working on? I'd love to hear. I like to live vicariously through you guys. Wherever you are, I hope the weather's amazing. I hope you're able to get some sewing in, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.